Hey, how's it going? It's Sean from OrbisX. I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily set up the per square foot or per foot billing on your booking form. So we're going to go to Admin, Booking Form Settings, and it's going to take you to this page here. And then once you're there, you're going to scroll down to your services and packages that you've added. And basically, once they're added, you can click on Money and Time, and you'll have options for how you want to charge for this particular service or package. So in this case, I'm working under services. You can see services here. And if I scroll down, I have my packages. But in this case, we're going to be working with our services. I'm going to click on Money and Time. And then under Money and Time, you can enter in, how much it costs. In this case, we're going to put $7 starting at, because prices may vary. And then we're going to select per foot. So this is where you have options of fixed price, and we'll literally just charge $7 with the starting at ticker. And then the other options are per foot or per square foot. So that's where we can change this to per foot, for example, and this is going to bill per foot, and it's going to ask them for the vehicle size. So now we'll click Save, and to show you what that looks like, if we go to our booking form, preview, so you can enter in all of your details as the customer, and then we have the length and width set up for planes in this case, and we've assigned brake dust removal to planes just for the sake of this demo. So essentially, the customer would go, fill out all their information, they would put it here, and let's say they didn't put in the length, but we want to charge per foot. Essentially, you can see here it says starting at $7 per foot. So if they select this, it's then going to prompt and say, hey, you didn't give us the length of the vehicle. So this is where then they could say, well, my plane is 25 feet long, save size, and then boom. So now it's going to do $7 per foot, and it's going to actually calculate that based on the length of 25 feet. And so for our demo booking form, we've chosen to show pricing. So I'll scroll down to where the pricing shows. And so we can see we've got our $175. And that's calculated because we have $7 a square foot and then 25 feet. So that's where it's going to show like that. And then if you have some services set up to be per square foot instead, that's where it'll say per square foot. And then it'll calculate it based on the length and the width. Now you do have some options if you don't like terminology on here, such as feet. Maybe you want to change that to meters squared, or maybe you want it meters. Could be bananas, whatever you want to put. You can change that label here, and you can also change the labels of length and width. Maybe you want length and height, or maybe you want it to say something else. I'll show you how to change the verbiage as well. So we'll go back to our booking form settings, and we'll scroll down to localization. Under localization, you'll see label for length, label for height, and that's where in this demo example we've changed it to width. And then you also have label for length and height unit singular, so we put feet, and foot and square feet. So essentially you have label for length and height singular, that's where we've put it to foot, and that changes so that if they've put 1 foot, for example, it would be 1 foot, but then if they have plural, it'll be feet. And the reason that these are important is because maybe you want this to say meters instead, so then you would put meter and meters with an S. And then also the square foot one, maybe you want this to actually say the full square feet, something like that. So that's where you have those options available to you as well. So that changes what you see on the form. I'm not going to save this, but I will show you where that shows up. So under here, for example, planes, we have length and width. So by default, this is height, so length and height. You can change it to length and width if you prefer. And then where it's the plural term feet, that's what would show up here, feet. But then if we scroll down here, it's per foot because it's the singular form. So that's how you can control that, where you can say, per, and then whatever the singular form you want. And then also here, this would be, usually the plural form, because it's going to be more than one. And then you can change these words as well to whatever you want them to say. And then you have the option of charging per square foot or per foot, depending on what you want. And you can do that by, packages as well. So if I go here, standard, money and time, this one has now been set, well, it's already been set to per square foot. You can change that to fixed pricing if you prefer, or you can leave it at per foot or per square foot. So that's how you can easily update and add pricing by fixed pricing as well as feet or square feet, and you can even rename the labels. Now, that will automatically calculate things for you. So if I go to booking requests, for example, here's just a demo one we put in. So we've got the G5 Superplane, 45 feet, and then based on the pricing that was set for certain services and packages at the time, it calculated the per foot charges, and then you can also do that if it's square feet as well. Now, if you're sending an invoice and you want to, bill out dimensional pricing, I'll click on this invoice, this test one here. So you have dimensional pricing. So if I click that, then I can give this a label. So this could be anything like plain, detail, and polish. Could be anything. And then you can choose your unit type. It'll default to whatever you have it set in settings, whether it's imperial or metric. So in this case, we'll choose imperial. And then I'll say it's 45 feet by 24 feet width. And then unit pricing, this is where we would do our per square foot charge. And let's say it's $5 a square foot, for example. And then we give it a description, polish your awesome plane. And then we see the coverage here as well as the total. Add line item, and it'll add that in and pre-fill all the details. You can also manually do this as well. If you just click add new line item, then you can manually type out if you know the coverage that you need. So that's how you can do it from an invoice as well. Now, the last thing to cover is going back to booking requests. Let's say I want to add this to the calendar. I want to know all the details and everything like that carried over as well as the price. So if I click add to calendar, you can see it pre-fills out ceramic coating, and because this one was billed per foot, it shows 45 feet, and then it shows the price that they have to pay based on the 45 feet. My brake dust removal, same thing, 45 feet, and then it shows the vehicle length and the vehicle type, as well as the total price pre-populated for me here. It also selects ceramic coating and brake dust removal because those were the services selected. So very, very straightforward, very easy to do. And this is how you can do your dimensional pricing, whether it's per foot, per square foot, or per banana.